A clean, green, chemical-free environment is our objective at Jaeger Australia. In order to achieve this, we developed Peratec Fungicide. This is our latest innovation in the fight against diseases caused by fungi and microbial plant pathogens. This new tool utilises peroxygen chemistry that is specific for agricultural field crops, as well as greenhouse productions and post-harvest storages.
At this point, I'd like to introduce Peter Del Santo from Agroware, who will give us his views on Peratec Fungicide. Peter, the product Peratec Fungicide has been on the market now for the last 3 or 4 years. Could you relate your experiences with it to us?
We've been looking at Peratec for the past 2 years in particular in relation to its use on grapevines for botrytis control. And the trials that we've worked with, it's been fantastic at controlling the botrytis that's present in the grapes at that time, and giving us a really clean finish at the end of the season. From a consultant's point of view, and in passing on this information to our clients, it's been extremely a useful tool in the armoury against botrytis.
Peter, how is the product used?
It's used as a curative exercise, but what we discuss with our clients is that they should be using it in a program throughout the plant development phase. So we're suggesting that they go on from an early stage like this and look at managing the botrytis from this very, very early stage, and using it at low application rates, which is available, which is allowed via the label, and at applying it on a regular basis up until bunch closure. And what they'll find at bunch closure is that they have very, very low botrytis.
How long does the product have to stay on in order for you to see some effect?
One of the unique things of Peratec compared to the other botryticides on the market is that you'll know if it's working within half an hour. It works like a leaf sterilant or surface sterilant, and will control the disease that's present on that leaf at that time very, very quickly. So within half an hour, you'll see any botrytis that's on that leaf start to change colour and discolour, so you know that it's working very, very quickly.
What withholding period does it have, Peter?
Again, one of the other unique features of Peratec Fungicide is that it only has a 24-hour withholding period. So growers in reality could spray today and harvest tomorrow, which is unique, and no other botryticide on the market has that feature.
Peter, with regard to residues, does it have any residue at all, environmentally or on the fruit?
One of the benefits of Peratec is that its active ingredients break down readily on the plant and carries over no residues by harvest time, which is 24 hours after the last application.
So is there any possibility then that infection can build an immunity to the product?
Given that that the active ingredients are a general biocide, there is no records anywhere in the world that there is any resistance issues, and given that the way it works, it is highly unlikely that any resistance will develop in the future.
What sort of an impact would it have on waterways and the environment in general, other plant life, insects, so on?
Because the active ingredients break down to simple molecules of water, oxygen and carbon, it has no impact on the environment at all, although growers should always be careful that they do not spray off target, and that they're very careful with the way they use the product, any leftover product, and particularly the packaging at the end of their applications.
Is it an expensive product to use, Peter?
Compared to many of the products that are actually available on the market, and given that sort of the benefits that Peratec offer the grower, no, it's extremely cost effective, and that's the reason that I suggest that it fits into the management program of all grape growers.
Does it comply with the industry standards?
It does. The Australian Wine Research Institute has given Peratec a tick, which means that it can be used, and it is the only product that is allowed to be used up until 1 day before harvest. Most other products have significant restrictions from 7 to 14 to months before harvest.
Once you've sprayed it, how long before you see any sort of effect?
One of the unique features of Peratec is that it is extremely quick acting. A grower that will spray a crop that has any signs of the disease present will see that disease start to change colour and discolour and dry out within 30 minutes of application, and that's very comforting to growers. They like to know if things are working, and Peratec gives them that sort of confidence because it does work very, very quickly.
Does it have any effect on powdery or downy mildew?
The work on other leaf diseases and other plant diseases of grapes is continuing, and two of the diseases we are investigating at the moment is its effect on powdery mildew and downy mildew of grapes. We're hoping down the track and in the not too distant future we will have very good results to show that we can apply for that for registration.
Peratec fungicide has no MRL, will not leave toxic residues on the surface of the plant, has no phytotoxicity, nor will it harm the environment or pose risk to human health and safety. At a dilution rate of 1 to 100, Peratec fungicide is extremely effective on a variety of infections such as botrytis, powdery and downy mildew, just to name a few. The effectiveness of Peratec fungicide is demonstrated by the following slides. White grapes, heavily infected with botrytis, are free of disease, and the infected grapes dried out within 24 hours of spraying. Curly leaf on stone fruit begins drying out within a 24-hour period. Powdery mildew on cucurbits will completely dry out within hours without affecting flower or healthy leaves. Downy mildew on crystal lettuce, dead in hours. Powdery mildew on tomatoes and apples, dead in hours. Celery infected with botrytis infection, dead within 24 hours. These strawberries, which are heavily infected with both powdery mildew and botrytis, have completely recovered 3 weeks after treatment. Peratec fungicide is extremely effective against a wide range of contaminants, including aerobic and anaerobic bacteria, spores, yeast, mold, fungi, and other viruses. It is particularly effective in controlling the growth of organisms which are propagated by spores, without resulting in the evolution of a resistant strain of the organism. Minimal contact time is required, 10 to 30 minutes, depending on the degree of infection. Optimum efficiency is obtained at a dilution rate of 1 to 100 to 1 to 500 and a spray volume of 600 to 1000 litres per hectare, making it very cost effective in use. For the wine grower, Peratec fungicide produces a dramatic reduction in lactase levels. Peratec fungicide is safe on newly grafted plants, contains no surfactants. Peratec fungicide is non-residual, allowing fruit to be sprayed right up to harvest date and leaves no lingering taste or smell. Peratec fungicide is environmentally friendly, breaking down to oxygen and water.